Hey everybody, my name is Eric Hopkins and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're finding me for the very first time, please click that like and subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get all the notifications about when I put up new content here on this channel. So we've got some good news and we got some bad news in the world of Star Wars. I don't know what you want first because I'm the only one here, so I'm just going to pick one first. Let's start with the good news. So let's take over a look over here at Ming-Na Wen's Twitter feed here. And this is the confirmation that, from her at least, that the Book of Boba Fett, Season 1 apparently, that's what I did a video about whether or not they were going to be getting multiple seasons on this show. We may have a little bit more confirmation on this based on these photos she posted. But she basically confirmed that Boba Fett, or the Book of Boba Fett, has officially wrapped shooting for Season 1. And obviously, she wrote latex gloves and Star Wars shorts. I know, sexy, right? And of course, it had a bunch of pictures with her, posing with some wrap gifts that they got from the production. And of course, it involved some stickers and logos and things like that. But of course, if you can see here, it says Season 1 or S1. So that indicates, again, with some previous patches and stuff that we saw with Tamora Morrison doing some signings and having some Season 1 patches as well. This could be yet more, credence to the fact that we are going to be getting more than one season. If that's the case, great. I can't wait to see more of this. And of course, I've not even seen an episode of the show, but I think it's going to be absolutely amazing based on what they did in Season 2 of The Mandalorian. But obviously, here's a better look at the actual sticker and things like that with the, Fennec Shand logo here. And of course, this is, a close-up of her wearing her Star Wars shorts. I don't know why she did that, but yeah. That's cute. But anyhow, yeah, Ming-Na Wen is a beautiful woman, and I believe she's in her 50s. Kudos to her, man. She looks great. But anyway, so this is the good news. We finally got confirmation that the Book of Boba Fett is ready to go outside of some post-production, obviously. So we're going to be getting more of that. We're going to be getting more Star Wars in December when that show drops. And I can't wait for that. But here is maybe some not-so-good news. Pedro Pascal says that The Mandalorian Season 3 has not started production yet. The Mandalorian may be the flagship show of Disney+, but it won't be back in early 2021. This comes to us from Superhero Hype. However, there was some expectation that Season 3 would follow in early 2022. But in a new edition of Variety's Actors on Actors, the Mandalorian star Pedro Pascal told his fellow Star Wars veteran Ewan McGregor that the new season hasn't even started yet. We haven't shot a third season, so confidentially, no, maybe I shouldn't talk about this, basically. You can watch the clip on the Boba Fett fan club Twitter feed, of course, where he discusses it. It's a real quick comment, but this also poses the question about when The Mandalorian Season 3 can be filmed. Pascal is also starring in HBO's The Last of Us, which will be filming from July 2021 all the way to June 2022. That's almost a year shoot. That's a long deal. Regardless, Pascal can still remotely provide the Mandalorian's voice. He just may not be available for many days on set under the helmet. So maybe you have somebody, and they did that on a couple of those seasons that they did where Pedro Pascal wasn't there for all the shoots, and you could have a stunt guy or somebody else fill in, and then he just does the voiceover work, which you can do. So it may not be that big of a deal, but it's just interesting to note here. And obviously they go into the Ming-Na Wen story as well. But so it's kind of, just sad to hear, especially with the good news that the Book of Boba Fett is finally finished outside of post-production. We all want to see the next installment of The Mandalorian. And of course, Book of Boba Fett could have The Mandalorian in it. Din Djarin himself could make an appearance in that show because they're heavily tied together. And they've already confirmed that the Book of Boba Fett, The Mandalorian, the Ahsoka series, and if we ever get the Rangers of the New Republic show that is kind of on hiatus, maybe not. We don't know if it's actually canceled yet. I know there's a report that kind of said it's not in active development right now, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's canceled. It could just mean that they're not working on it right now, and they're putting their priorities on these other shows first. That's just my interpretation of it, but it could be completely canceled. We'll have to wait and see. But all the other shows that are still existing are going to be heavily tied together, and they're going to lead toward a crossover event finale that Kathleen Kennedy said, and I think that's going to be their version of the Thrawn books that were back in the day. They're going to probably try to do a version of Thrawn after Return of the Jedi where those books were set, and maybe we'll get their version of the Thrawn trilogy in the proper timeline here. Especially since Ahsoka even mentioned in Mandalorian Season 2 that she is looking for Thrawn, for obvious reasons if you've seen Star Wars Rebels. But nonetheless, we've all been waiting for this Mandalorian Season 3. And many people thought it was going to come out at the beginning of 2020. Well, after probably, spring 2020, 2022. I can't speak tonight. But anyway, so yeah, we all thought that was going to be when it comes out, especially with the Book of Boba Fett probably taking, at least a couple months probably to wrap up all of its episodes for Season 1. But that may not be the case now. But again, if they shoot this without Pedro Pascal because he's busy and they just have him over for voiceover work, which you could do while working on other jobs, it may not delay the production at all. But if you're going to have any more, scenes with Pedro Pascal, underneath the helmet without the mask on, that's going to be hard to do with his current shooting schedule for The Last of Us. So this could be bad news for The Mandalorian Season 3, and we may have to wait maybe 2 full years or something before we finally get another season of this. I hope that's not the case. I hope they have a plan. But it obviously appears that they're going to have multiple seasons of the Book of Boba Fett. So because Grogu is now off Baby Yoda, he is now off with Luke Skywalker. Again, minor spoilers for Mandalorian Season 2. If you're watching this video, surely you've seen that by now. But since he's off with Luke Skywalker training or whatever Luke is doing with Grogu, you could almost even take a break from Din Djarin for the time being. Of course, there's still the whole, Darksaber issue with Bo-Katan and all that sort of stuff that Din Djarin now owns the Darksaber. So I want to see that expanded upon more, and I want to see them eventually retake Mandalore and show the progression of, when the Mandalorians get to come back to Mandalore after it was destroyed by the Empire. Basically, it wasn't completely destroyed, but, ruined. So I want to see all that play out. Obviously, maybe the Book of Boba Fett will expand upon that a little bit more, even though Boba Fett's technically not a Mandalorian. But he does wear Mandalorian armor, and of course, he's got a relationship with Din Djarin. You could throw Din Djarin into the Book of Boba Fett and take the storyline there, and maybe Mandalorian takes a break because Grogu's not going to be around for a bit, which I know is going to upset the fan base greatly because Baby Yoda is the star of that show, I think, in a lot of people's eyes. But we'll see where they take this. I have faith in Lucasfilm when it comes to this. I'm sure they've got this mapped out. I know Jon Favreau has already said, I think it was 7 seasons in mind for The Mandalorian at least already. So if that's the case, I'm sure they've got an idea where they want to take this, and hopefully they will be able to work out all they can. I know there was some rumors about Pedro Pascal possibly not getting along on set. There's a possibility that they recast The Mandalorian. I don't think they're going to do that, but there's a possibility of it. And if that's the case, this news that Pedro has talked about here doesn't mean anything. But I think it's pretty well been debunked at this point. So you never say never, but I hope that The Mandalorian will get into Season 3 soon without any problems now that the Book of Boba Fett is wrapped up, and they'll have availability for The Mandalorian Season 3 to continue. If not, the Book of Boba Fett. We'll see where they go with all this. It's all kind of up in the air right now. Star Wars likes to keep things close to the chest, so we'll see where they take this. But the real question here is, guys, what do you guys think about the Book of Boba Fett officially wrapping up production and The Mandalorian Season 3 not even starting yet? Is that a bummer to you? Are you happy about the other? Comment below. Let me know. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get all the notifications about when I put up new content here on this channel. And until our next video, guys, take care.